But no,
All right,
I know it.
Shalom,
I know it.
Shalom, family,
Respect that.
Shalom, Shalom, man. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. The water for everybody tuning in, man. Pardon the late start, but you know how it goes, man. We're trying to do the right thing, and Satan saying, "Nah, get out the way." I'm gonna delay some things. We had a couple of technical issues, man. Brothers dealing with traffic and all that other stuff, man. But all praise to the Most High. We're here. We're here, man. Shalom and salute to the brothers and sisters that's in the chat and watching live on streaming on live, I should say. Salute to y'all. Let me go ahead and salute everybody in, man. Who's a couple? Hold on, what I see? Let me put Carlos' comment up here, man, because brother just made it clear. He got the bus on there too, man. I used to like. Well, yeah. Who got Bettis? He said he wiped his feet. Shalom to the nation not desired. All praises, man. So hopefully everybody else that's online, man, you wiped your feet, man. And you kept the protocols when you come on in here, man. So doing a different time, different little something out the loop in regards to DSTM, man. So hopefully everybody's got your notifications. If you haven't, man, everybody's got to hit the like, man. That's the only way the algorithm's gonna let everybody else know what time it is. But shalom to the house of Byron. Shalom to UZL, Malachi, you brothers up in the Pacific Northwest. Shalom to y'all. Sister Rosemarie over there in London. Shalom to you. Naquab, shalom, shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom to Kohath. Shabbat shalom to Brother Joshua, Ashar, the House of Shaq, Amawa, shalom to y'all. Brother Ron, shalom to you. Jason May in the house, shalom to you. Y'all, shalom to you, good brother. Hopefully you well, my man. Hopefully you well, man. We always keep you in the prayers out. But without further delays, man, let's go ahead and get started. Y'all see the title, man. Turkey, Iran, Russia, they're all joining the fray. All of them now have kind of engaged themselves and said that they are against what Israel is doing. They're against them in the war right now. And it's only ticking more closer towards that third world war that the Lord, prophesied that was going to happen. So, for all intents and purposes, give me Isaiah 48, Isaiah 48 and 22. All intents and purposes, man. This thing is going down, getting down to the wire. As far as the beginning of the ends of sorrow, tribulation, Jacob's trouble, so forth and so on. We're embarking on those times right now. You don't have to. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. This is what the Lord has laid on the table. This is what He's established as judgment, prophecy, and we're right on course. As my brother always like to say, we staying on course. Due course.
Due course.
We're on it, man. We're on it. Isaiah 48:22.
Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 22. There is no peace, said the Lord, unto the wicked.
So this is why you're seeing that the Most High is like relentless with this. When you're dealing with these wicked nations, man, there's no peace for them. They had what was it? America came out to Israel and said, "Look, we need to negotiate a ceasefire. We need to calm down on this right now." And Israel was like, "No, we're not doing that. We're going to stay relentless." If y'all remember last week, I did the top 6 things that will escalate into the Third World War, and the first thing was basically if Israel goes scorched earth. If Israel just starts lighting up and doing whatever they want, that's going to incite the rest of the nations to join in and say, "No, this ain't it." So exactly what they're doing, they just bombed a ambulance caravan, killed more innocent people. They already tried to back down and lied and said that the Hamas blew up their own hospital. Now, what makes more sense? You just blew up an ambulance caravan. You're saying that you wouldn't blow up a hospital? Then they said, "Oh well, we had intelligence that said that a Hamas base was underneath of the hospital." I mean, come on, these people are lying through their teeth. The Lord said, man, that there's not going to be any peace, man. So our people is running in these churches. They're in their homes. They're joining these rallies. They're on their TikToks. They're on their YouTubes. Pray for Ukraine. Ceasefire. We want peace. Let's stop all of this hate. No. The Lord said there's not going to be any peace to the wicked. It's not going down. Give me Ezekiel 7. Ezekiel 7:25.
Ezekiel.
Might move a little swift today. Usually if I'm at the comfort of my home or whatever, I can do a DSTM. It might go 2.5, 3 hours. But I ain't gonna hold your hostage like that today. Just get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on in the earth right now. As we see, it's pure violence going on in the earth. Well, then you might want to, if you come back for seconds or thirds, man. See, there you go. We ain't got a mic for you out here.
Right.
We'll get that mic worked out in the near future. Ezekiel 7:25. Let's read that.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall speak, and they shall seek peace.
So you see what happens, man. Destruction is happening, and people want peace all of a sudden. All of these particular marches and Palestinian rallies is going on. The Israelis is out there jumping out the window. It's one thing I got reminded of. Brother Naquab sent me a video, and it was what was it? I think it was something on TikTok or something. But he reminded me of there was already conflict that was going on in Israel. They was having like their own little civil. They was on the brink of civil war, and I remember touching on it briefly in the DSTM maybe about a month or two ago. They were already having internal conflicts because they wanted Netanyahu out. Netanyahu was trying to establish like a dictatorship. He was changing up the laws in regards to the military and all kind of other stuff. The people wasn't with it. So now all of a sudden, here comes this quote unquote terrorist attack. There seems to be a military stand down to where they let Hamas go in there and do what they was doing. And then all of a sudden the troops come in, slowly but surely. We're seeing here that under that law that they have, the Hannibal Doctrine, they got no problem killing and sacrificing their own, for the greater cause. So a lot of things are suspicious when we're looking at really the motives of this war and how now Netanyahu now is, claimed dictatorial power because now it's like, okay, well, we're in a state of war. I got to have full control now. Now there is no more civil war. There's no more rioting. There's no more picketing. There's no more divisions in the country. You can't say you hate me no more. I'm the one out here going to take control, and we're going to make sure that Israel is safe, and we're going to make sure that those dirty, Palestinians are put to death. So a lot of things is going on that's really suspicious. Read that one more time.
Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
So there's no peace that's happening right now. I mean, everything is going down at breakneck speed. I'm gonna share my screen because I didn't put this in here, but I know our brothers out there in Jamaica, man, they had shared with us a video of a 5.4 earthquake out there. Nepal and India, they just had a 6.4. 70 plus died today. Give me that in a second, Ezra 9.
Second Ezra chapter 9.
We started one.
Second Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time.
So Ezra was being understood in regards to prophecy. He said, when you see what's happening, he said, measure the time diligently, and when you see as part of the signs pass, which I've told thee before. So this is why we got to understand prophecy. The churches, man, have no idea. They have no study in the prophecy. They're just too busy about feel good. They're too busy worried about trying to understand, how to get closer to Christ just through love. That ain't gonna be the whole solution. You have to understand prophecy. Hold on, give me Revelation 19. Revelation 19 and verse 10. We're gonna come back to that second.
Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at the feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not? I am thy fellow servant and of thy brother that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
You see that? So if we're testifying and we're holding on to the spirit of Christ, he said that comes along with prophecy. So anytime you got a ready-made Christian that comes down and say, well, we don't really study prophecy like that, then you ain't got the spirit of Christ in you. Christ is not dealing with you then. That's when you have to just go ahead and humble down and let the men of the Lord go out there and lead the way. Because they have no idea what's going on. They think this is all the works of the devil. This is all Satan going on. No. The Most High is in control of all of this. So if you're going to be linked with Christ, he said that you got to be dealing in prophecy. So this is why Ezra was saying, when you start seeing these signs that come to pass, I told you before these things are going to happen. Let's go back to Ezra.
Verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So we see how the Most High is visiting the world that he made, man. It's not looking good. Look, the Most High is showing he visited the world that he made in Jamaica 5 days ago. Shook some things up. All praise to the Most High, man. Nobody over there of his people, got injured or whatnot. Yeah, you're going to have some damages or whatnot, structural things that they're going to have to reconstitute. But India, the heathen, the Elamites, they wasn't so lucky. Most High hit them up in Nepal. Let's get that one. Let me show that one real quick. Oh, now this is how fast they find the bodies. Before I left, it was at 73. It's at 157 now. That was like within the last hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. No, I mean it went well before I left home, but I'm saying when I seen I saw the article last night, I believe, and it was at like 20. Now it's up to 157. I mean, they're still going to keep finding bodies. You know what I'm saying? But this is how the Most High is visiting the earth. Read on.
Wherein the Most High will begin to visit the world which he had made.
Go ahead.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uprise of the people in the world, uproars, of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So we're seeing this live and in the flesh, real time, as they say. 2 witnesses alone, earthquakes and uproars of the people, which we're seeing well established all throughout the earth. When you got 50,000 people protesting in England for the Palestinians, not to even mention and salute to them brothers, WF5, man. Them brothers held their ground, man, and did what they had to do last weekend against, hundreds of heathens out there, preaching the word, man, standing bold. Did what they had to do, and it is what it is, man. That comes along with standing bold for the word of the Lord, man, and in defiance of evil, and you see those protests going on. I mean, the protests is worldwide. Let alone we ain't even talking about the strikes. Just the worker strikes alone.
Right.
You got strikes from CVS to Walgreens to Smart and Final to Kaiser to the United Auto Workers still going on. I mean, I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Who? Oh yeah. Yep. You got the protests and they active in the colleges. You got the quote unquote migrant crisis going on over there. I mean, it's a lot happening. Jump over to let's go to Revelation 18. Revelation 18, and let's read. I think I want to read let's read verse. I want that one that says it's going to be destroyed with violence.
With violence.
Mm-hmm. 18 and start at verse 9, and then we're going to drop down.
Okay. Revelations chapter 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornications and lived voluptuously with her shall bewail her and lament before her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
So when America is finally judged, man, it said it's going to be judged and it's going to be seen as a smoke of burning. And all of the merchants, meaning all of the nations and kingdoms that have established themselves, have gotten wealthy off of all of the luxuries and the delicacies that America presents. They're all going to be mourning because you know what? The gravy train is cut off now. All that's cut off now. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence.
With negotiations?
Thus with violence.
With violence, read on.
Shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
See, America's going to be overthrown with violence. It's not going to be happening because, you know what, oh, China's just going to take over. They're going to negotiate. America's just going to go broke. Is it going to be a new president that comes in, man, and changes the way Babylon operates? No. The Lord said this place got to fall through violence. I mean, there's no other way around it, right? Even back at the bottom of the at the border, I know a brother sent me this video as well, and I had been seeing that, and you notice I covered a couple of stories about Eric Adams up there in New York, where he was saying, "Oh, you know what? New York is getting ready to collapse. I need billions of dollars to uphold this place. We can't keep these migrants in." Then they start talking about, "Oh, we got lone wolf attacks that's going to be happening." The FBI pops out saying, "Yeah, lone wolf attacks is getting ready to happen. Get ready." Now the southern Texas border, they've been finding bombs and other weapons that's been confiscated. They're saying it's the cartel. Who knows? I mean, Esau is always no stranger to sabotaging himself, setting up false flags, trying to get things cracking even more. You know, but either way, we know it's going to be via violence that America is going to be overthrown. That's why there's not going to be any peace. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. That's why there's not going to be any peace. So anybody that's out there praying for peace, the evangelical Edomites is out there running around talking about we got to pray for Israel. That's God's people, and we got to save them, and let's stop this. The Palestinians. Come on. At this point, we're too deep in the game to turn back and we pray to the Most High that don't nothing get reversed. All of a sudden, peace treaties are signed, man. Nuclear arms is getting destroyed. And we're going. Heck no. We are too deep in the game, man. Too deep in the game. The prophecies has already been unfolding at a rapid pace, and for it all to be thrown away, for just to say, oh, it was just some hype. No, we can't do it like that. Go ahead and read that.
There's a precept also that says when the bow is let loose, that bow can do nothing but just go towards its target. Straight ahead.
On second Ezra 16.
We'll
get that in
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. But when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
That's right. So we're dealing with the birthing pain. Sisters that's been bore a child before, you know what it is, from the Braxton Hicks all the way up until full blown contractions and whatnot to your delivery date. 9 months in the womb, you're dealing with everything from the joy and elation of knowing you're pregnant, to all of a sudden now you're throwing up every other minute. You can't eat, you can't smell. Now things get a little bit more difficult. Then you get a little bit more gaining weight, feet hurt, back hurt. Oh, you need bed rest. Now all of a sudden your stomach and your belly starts tightening up every minute, and you're waiting for that delivery day. I mean, America and the earth has been going through this for a while now. Now we're getting ready to see the true deliverance of our people. I mean, we're the ones ready to get birthed. Yahweh Shai is ready to come and be back with his bride again. That's what we're all waiting on. So we ain't waiting on no dang peace and all of that. Go to second Ezra. We'll get that precept you was talking about.
Let me finish that.
Oh, you wasn't done? Go
And
ahead.
they shall not escape.
And not there ain't gonna be no escape. That's why you see some people that's out there. Okay, so what? It's gonna be war. We're gonna get bombed. What are you gonna do? I might as well go out here and just be wicked as hell. Instead of, what? Yeah, let me go ahead on and repent. Maybe I can be escape from the evils, the said evils, and the perils that's going to be happening on the earth. Maybe I should reinvest my faith, into acknowledging my faults and my errors and getting closer to the Most High. Maybe I don't want to be singed and fried and deep fried cooked through the nukes in the chariots, the fervent heat of the chariots. But people are just completely giving up. And it's because of the illusion that the so-called white man puts out there that this is the only life you can live, is through his world and what he's giving. No, we don't want no more parts of this place, man. Let this thing fall to the judgment that the Most High laid down. Go ahead and read 16. You can read verse 1. Second Ezra 16. Yeah, read verse 1. And you can read down.
Second Ezra 16 and verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Mm-hmm.
Gird up yourselves with cloth of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
You see all of these particular countries, north, south, east, west, all over the world, man, from Babylon, meaning about America, Asia, Egypt, Syria. Now, we're even hearing literally Syria is involved in the conflict that's going on right now in the Middle East and in our homeland. Right, Asia, we see in North Korea is kicking up dust. China's kicking up dust. They all want part of this war, right? Africa, they've been going through their particular conflicts, and they have allegiances with Russia, right? So read on.
And a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
See, the judgment of the Lord, man, that sword and that destruction has already been sent forth, man. Who can turn it back? Some wicked, God-forsaken Christians that's praying and unrepentant, they're all of a sudden going to be the ones that bring it back. Hold on, give me Proverbs 28:9. Pray for peace for the poor Israelis, poor Palestinians.
28:9.
28:9.
Proverbs chapter 28. 28:9.
The Muslims is over there, trying to, and we'll get that next scripture too. Go ahead.
Verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayers shall be an abomination.
So the Most High said, he don't even want to hear your prayers if you're not repentant. If you're not keeping the commandments of the Lord, he said, your prayers are an abomination. It's like, scratching the chalkboard. To his ears, he's like, I don't want to hear that. There's no sincerity in it. You haven't repented. You haven't even acknowledged your wrongs, but you're trying to pray for money, wealth, fame. You're trying to pray for peace on the earth, which the Most High pronounced as a judgment that's happening. You're trying to tell him, go against his judgment. God, please, take away this evil in the earth. We want peace. We want to be able to party and hang out again. No. That's out. The Lord said, if you're not even keeping your laws, man, your prayers are even an abomination. Right? Give me that in Psalms 2, and then we go back to second. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1.
Psalms chapter 2. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1. There we go. Verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things?
You see, the heathen are out there raging right now. And it said they're imagining a vain thing. They're thinking there's going to be an independent Israel. The Israelis thinking they're going to kick the Palestinians out, push them all the way out, and take over all of the land. The Palestinians are saying, no, we're going to get rid of all of them, and we're going to get back all the land that we had. Turkey's joining the fray, and they're saying, well, actually, the Ottoman Turks, we was there before all of y'all. So we want in too. And we want to have a united Muslim front, Sunni and Shiite together in peace and harmony, fighting against the evil, wicked dragon demon America. Vain thing, because they're all heathens, man. The Most High going to destroy all of them. But they have to be utilized as pawns to get everything going for our sakes. For our sakes. Right? Give me Proverbs 16. We'll get back to second Ezra.
16.
I think so. 16 and 4.
Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So understand how our Father plays chess. He said, I even got the wicked when we consider things evil. He said, that's me. I did that. So sometimes we got to even be careful what we're acknowledging as, man, that was wrong. That was wicked. That was it. The Most High said, that was me. Don't forget. Before we sit back and say, hey, God do that? That ain't my God. My God wouldn't do that. My God don't do evil. What? I can't tell. The Lord said, man, he made everything for himself. Even the wicked for the day. Right? Let's go back over here to second Ezra. Then we'll get to we'll get to these this powerful.
Second Ezra 16 and verse start at 4.
Go ahead.
Start at 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
So the sword, representing destruction, has been sent upon the nations. And it said, who's going to be able to turn it back? Is there anything that's going to be able to reverse this thing? Can it be reverse engineered, man? Can we stop the prophecy of the Most High? I mean, the Quran has no prophecies in it at all. So they can't even read anything and say, well, in our book, it says this is not going to happen. And our book says we're going to win it all. No, there ain't even no prophecies in that comic book over there. There's nothing in there that's going to do. They're over here trying to establish and figure out what the Bible is saying.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench them?
Read.
Plagues are sent up unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Read.
May any man drive away the hunger of lions in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn?
See, the fire already began to burn when we had that plague a few years ago that I won't mention. You know, when they wanted to lock us down, when they wanted to change the whole economy. Remember, they said cash is dirty. You can get it from touching cash. You're gonna have to go digital. Don't touch that. Hey, stay in the house and get used to it, man. You can make income online. You can work from home. You can, sisters and ladies, y'all can go in your bedroom, turn on the camera, and open an account and get guys that send you money. You ain't even got to go outside no more. Isn't that nice? Hey guys, you can go in and get you an AI girlfriend, and this is the whole chain starts kicking in. The flames start firing up. Then next thing you know, just when you think that one is over, remember they declared it was over May of 2023, but it was dying down. Oh, you can take off the mask, take off them things on your face now, and everything's dying down. 2022 February, here comes the war. Russia, Ukraine going at it. Economy's starting to drop and fall. You're starting to see all the corruption going on all throughout the earth. See, the spark was already lit. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Protests all throughout the world, earthquakes, new plagues is being developed. War, just when we'll see in a minute. The Ukrainians just waving the white flag right now. They saying it's over. We're over here getting our butts whooped. We're refusing orders now. So now it's on to the next thing, but it needed a spark for this World War III to kick off. Now we're in the real bigger picture that we're even seeing biblically, according to the word of the Most High. So if there's already a fire in the stubble and it's beginning to burn, who's going to put it out? There's no fire department you can call. There's no 911 in the spirit. You can say, man, blow it out. Stop it. I want to live my best life. That's over with. You better live your best life for the Most High. Read on.
Verse 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer.
See, can you turn it back, man? The Most High has already pulled back the bow, lined it up. It's gone. You got these old fake karate movies and all that. I think, what was it? For those that remember the age, Leroy. the last dragon.
Last dragon. There
You know,
Showing
he chopping the arrows in midair and all that other stuff, doing his training in the beginning of the movie, and Esau grabbing arrows in the middle. Man, that's all movie.
That's right.
Most High's arrows ain't coming back, man. The missiles get to launching, the bombs get to dropping. Ain't nothing you can do to talk about, man. Turn that back. The Israelis supposed to have the most sophisticated missile defense system around. That Iron Dome, and they had holes galore in it. Holes galore in it. So, so much for that. Read on.
Verse 8. The mighty Lord sent the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Go ahead.
A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and he shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
Can you see that, man? That's a cold verse right there. Also, I said, man, if I lay out a threat, who's not going to be utterly beaten to powder in the presence of the Most High? That don't sound like a God of all love to me. That don't sound like somebody who said, come as you are, I love you how you are. Doesn't the Most High said, man, I'll beat you to straight dust. Mess with me. Straight up. Our power is cold, man. That's the power for you.
Find out.
Straight up, man. So let's get to this. Project. Did we go back and finish? What was you holding?
No, we just in Ezra.
Oh, Ezra. Okay. All right. Kind of. All right. So let's get back over here, man. Let me open up this PowerPoint and let me share this with y'all, so we can get to some of these stories. Okay. All right. So look at this headline alone, man, and give me that in Daniel 12. Daniel 12. When you start seeing headlines that reflect what the scriptures say, you know it's serious. You know that this is of the Lord. Daniel 12 and read verse 1.
Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Hold on. Can you read that? What's that say?
How is this Israel Hamas? I have to put my glasses back on.
Yeah, to throw the glass out there, you was still like, ooh, ooh, ooh. If it's a little bit much for you, brother, let me know. I'll help you out.
All right. How is this Israel Hamas affliction is like nothing that happened before?
I'll read it then.
Okay.
You
need my glasses.
You gotta get it with Mike. We gotta get
on and figure it out like this. Huh?
So it says how this Israel-Hamas conflict is like nothing that's happened before. So here we are dealing with two conflicting nations, man, who's had over 70 years of back and forth. And they saying this particular conflict is like nothing ever. What we just reading Daniel again? Not to say that this is the only thing that reflects what Daniel is getting and receiving in the spirit. This is just an example of, just let alone headlines and prophetically, these two nations has been warring and having issues for damn near 70 years. They saying this is like something way different than they've ever been dealing with before. But what did Daniel say? These are the type of things we're going to be seeing and understanding and happening in the spirit.
Wow. Started from the top. And at this time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
So what we're embarking on right now, man, is getting ready to be something that is unheard of. I mean, we could try to imagine, we could try to illustrate as best we can from what we know of, but the Lord said at the end of the day, you won't be able to compare this to nothing. We read about the great battles. I mean, look at Gideon and the mighty men, 300 men taking out thousands. I mean, most of us said that wasn't nothing. Oh, the part of the Red Sea, the Egyptians getting wiped out, about 1,000, the death of the firstborn. He said that, yeah, so that was nothing. David kills his thousands, Saul his thousands, tens of thousands. Most High said, yeah, that's nothing. But if you witness and you alive to see what happened, he said, it ain't gonna be like none of that. World War I, World War II, Civil War, Korean American War, Vietnam, Israel and Palestine, what Ukraine, Russia. Forget about it. I mean, to date, right now, they said that I think 9,000 people have died in Gaza, and this is only what the third week of the war. It ain't been a month yet, and 9,000 people already dead. Remember, the Most High said in Revelation 6, I believe, that a third of the earth is going to be destroyed. That's like 2 point some odd billion people. Billions are going to be dying in this particular war. We ain't seen that yet. But the fact that Bloomberg is saying, hey, this war is different than anything we've seen between its long history amongst these two, that's just something to trigger in the spirit of seeing what we're seeing according to Daniel. Finish that up.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Wow, that's what we all working for, man, to get our names in that book. Because it said thy people are going to be delivered. He didn't say that everybody, whosoever, no, it's thy people. Who's talking? Daniel. So if he's getting revelation and understanding that his people is going to be delivered, I mean, where do we get this whole misconception that anybody can get in on the gravy train and the chariots, man, and get up out of here and get to the kingdom? No, this is race specific, straight up. And this scripture, huh? Didn't even know. That's how it goes. So it said the long history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is filled with bloodshed, dislocation, and trauma. But even by those relative standards, the current conflagration stands out. For one thing, it's especially brutal. Not since the Holocaust have as many Jews been massacred at one time as were on October 7th when Hamas militants stormed Israel. They always want you to make sure you remember that H word. That has to get thrown up in there. Don't forget. Remember, this is day 9/11. They was already promoting that. October 7th is our 9/11. And what was they telling us at 9/11? Never forget. Never forget. They always had their little annual, parades and bull crap going over there. Never forget the lie, though. Can we talk about that? The whole thing that sparked the war? No, they don't want to talk about that, huh? Oh, okay. So it says that Hamas militants stormed Israel, killing 1,400 people and taking more than 200 hostage before Israel escalated. So it's just pretty much talking about, what happened within the war or what sparked this war, right? Look, Blinken meets with Israeli leaders as pressure grows for a Gaza ceasefire. Did that work? They told Blinken, man, get out of here. We're not doing that. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken on Friday urged Israel's government to protect civilians who are caught in the crossfire of its fight with Hamas. So if America is acknowledging that civilians are dying, how come that's not being promoted? Why are they not talking about that? They steadily talking about, the Palestinians, Hamas, they killing all these innocent Israeli babies. They taking them in hostage. We just seen an old white woman last week. She's shaking her hand, talking about they treated us well.
Right. That's right.
You seen them with the babies. They feed them, wrapping their feet up and taking care of. Right. You see the Israelis, they over here shooting, killing, bombing. Everybody, and ain't nobody saying, hey, man, you out of line.
Still there.
He's still over there. He's trying to make his rounds. He's trying to talk to anybody that'll listen. But give me Jeremiah 30:7. He's over there trying to bump his gums to anybody who will listen. And that just shows you too. The power and the influence that America has is dwindling. Because any other time, they'd have bowed down and listen. I mean, they're on the payroll. America's giving them billions of dollars every year. They're under their shield and their protection. Now, when America goes over there and makes a judgment call and says, y'all got to chill out. Civilians are dying, and they say, no, we're not doing that. That lets you know America, it's a reflection of slow Biden, how weak he is. So the nations is all saying, man, the hell with America now. Even your allies. And some are saying, "Oh, well, America's the one who's trying not to stop the ceasefire." I can't tell. Israel's saying we're not stopping. It's scorched earth for them. They want to. They out on record saying they're going to destroy everybody. Read that Jeremiah 30 and verse 7.
Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
You see that? That's what we were just reading earlier. Come on, continue.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
He shall be saved out of it. Jacob, the Jacobites, man, us, the 12 tribes. We're going to go through trouble, though. We're going to see tribulation. We're going to see, we went over this a while back. We're going to see. There's not going to be some pre-tribulation rapture that the Edomite evangelicals are out here saying. They're going to get beamed up. You see these little bootleg movies they got Left Behind and all this other stuff. Everything's getting destroyed and they get beamed up like, Star Trek. And they miss everything. And then they're in the arms of the Lord, man. White doves is flying around. And everything's great. We didn't see no tribulation. Oh, you're going to see it and some.
No judgment.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, please. The good old Christians, man, they're going to be fine. No. Jacob's trouble is on the way. Jacob's trouble is on the way. No peace, no ceasefire. It's going to continue on. All right. So let's continue. Israel resists pressure to pause the war to allow more aid to Gaza and wants the hostages back first. Well, whatever happened to the old saying, we don't negotiate with terrorists? This is what Israel is saying. Israel is saying, we're not stopping until we get some of them hostages back. Well, how are you going to get the hostages back when you bombing the same places that they're in? You bombing the tunnels, you bombing the ambulance, you bombing the damn hospitals. You bombing every place. You don't even know if you're killing any hostages and you saying we want some back. Israel saying they're resisting the pressure from U.S. So there we see part of the read that in the second Ezra 15 about the verse 16. I always second Ezra 15, one of my favorite chapters. But,
verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
See, this is one of the judgments that the Lord brought forth upon Egypt. Modern day spiritual Egypt right now. It's going to be judgment. And it says that people are going to start rejecting the authority and the power of America. They're not going to regard their kings and princes. What did Israel do? They said, we're resisting pressure from, the gray whore. The harlot comes out and say, calm down, guys. Stop. Slow down. We got your back, but that's right. This is looking bad out here. And Israel's saying, we don't give a damn. We're going crazy right now. Right? So that's not even happening. We're seeing that happening, being fulfilled right now. So it says in his first public speech since the war began, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah said his group had, quote, entered the battle with the past week's unprecedented cross-border fighting. So that was one thing that America and some of the other allies have said, that if Hezbollah enters into the war, that they're going to jump in, and then it's like full-fledged World War III. But Hezbollah said, we've already been in the mix. And they are going back and forth, firing rockets with America and Iran and in Lebanon and whatnot. Now, if Netanyahu come out and says, we're at war, America comes behind and says, we fully back you. We're sending warships over there and fighter jets, and we're launching missiles. And how's America not qualifying this as them being at war, right? Also, Netanyahu said, this is war. America says, we're with you. That means you're at war too. World War III has already started. There ain't gonna be some public address, slow body gonna come out. They gotta walk him out. Oh, come on, Joe, you all right? They have to shoot him in the butt with some performance enhancing drugs, man, to get him to perk up a little bit and tell them, address the nation. We are at war right now. I mean, do y'all remember that in
Go ahead.
No, tell you
He announced it.
when?
He announced it a couple of months ago. He said, "Make no mistake about it. This is war."
Oh,
War
yeah,
3.
yeah, that one. But I'm talking about Desert Storm, Afghanistan. Do you remember George Bush coming out saying we're at war right now? He always said we're at war with the terrorists. He don't never say no countries. What, long gone are the days where they go out and address the world and say we're currently in World War III. Everybody, get your. They're not gonna do that because they know everybody gonna go hog wild and say, "Well, what does this mean?" Oh, let's scramble around. He said if you're sending planes, tanks, and all this other stuff, that's called World War III, which they're doing. But he's not going to have a State of the Union address and say, we're in World War III right now. That's going to engage everybody's mind and say, oh, shoot, them Bible thumping Negroes that's on the corner have been talking about this for years. They're right. There is going to be a third war. There is a third world that Revelation 11 speaks about. And I think Revelation 16. Oh, shoot. What's this mean? The end of the world, Armageddon. We keep hearing about it. I thought it was a joke. If he comes out and says it, yeah, then it's already a problem. So he's not going to do that. So we just got to read between the lines and say, yeah, we're already in World War III. It's like, let me change this angle because it's cutting off that article. Yeah, Khan, that's a good one too. Naquab, he said, never forget the GMOs were involved that day in September. Yeah, they was involved in September 11th. They had a video and they got documents, man, that they was over there celebrating after the the towers went down, and they had accosted maybe I think it was 6 guys or something like that, and they was all supposed to be Mossad agents. They deported them back to Israel. Whole lot going on, man. They scrubbed a lot of the internet in them videos.
Sure did.
But yeah, they was involved with that too, man. So and to see that them standing down, allowing Hamas to jump up in there, they said, man, you can't go 5 feet without seeing a damn Israeli soldier around. And all of a sudden, how these guys is coming in on paragliders and all that other stuff and lighting up a whole festival without nobody knowing. Come on, man. And then you wait 6 hours to send in the recruits, send in the help when you're only like minutes away. We ain't got no mic. Just speak loud, brother. It's the only way we're gonna get you on. Come on.
How could they dig miles and miles of tunnels under a city for several years and nobody knows about it? Or nobody hears it.
Well, ignorance is bliss, man. Unless it's not, we know they know what's going on, man. They allowing some of this stuff to go down, to perpetuate more control. Like we said, man, the government of Israel was having issues going on over there. We know they got no problem sacrificing their own. That's right. At the end of the day, it's the Most High. Most High got to get this spark going so we can get things bubbling and burning over here. Man. This melting pot over here needs to simmer over. I mean, right now it's simmering. It's got a bubble, so we can clean this thing up. All right, let's look at it. So the U.S. military launches airstrikes on terror targets. So they're actively involved, launching airstrikes, launching bombs. The U.S. military conducted targeted strikes. They always say targeted, meaning, we're not bombing everything. We're following along. But where does it say? Strikes on facilities in Syria. Didn't we just read about Syria being involved in the judgment and the bomb? The judgment of the Most High. Destruction was coming their way. Facilities in Syria used by Iran's military and its terrorist proxy group. That's why Syria is involved, because it represents Iran's stronghold, which Iran is one of the major players in this war. Just like we read in Ezekiel 38, we read it all the time about Syria being an ally and being under the watchful eye of Gog and Magog, which is Russia and its leadership. what's currently right now is Putin, right? So Syria is in complete involvement because of Iran, and Iran being a nuclear threat and power and the enemy of America. They've got a strong army, man, and allegiances that America don't like. You notice just earlier this year when they made peace with Saudi Arabia in May, or was it March, that China negotiated, that put them, that made America's butt cheeks pucker up a little bit. They was like, oh, the Sam niggas is coming together. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, this war go down, and now you seeing they all are like, you know what? Let's settle our little scriptural differences and whatnot. We got to fight this beast. So yeah, let them go ahead and slaughter each other, man. Let's continue. So Hezbollah, just anybody wonder who that is, what they are? The Iranian terror proxy that could now ignite chaos in the Middle East. Tehran-funded and trained militia is 10 times more powerful than Hamas, and is now threatening Israel and the U.S. So they got, if you look on here, they said, man, they got arms, tanks, they got missile launchers, they got anti-aircraft weapons, they got bombs. I mean, they got it all. And they're in close proximity to every little American outposts and bases in all these particular countries. America got over 700 all over the world. They got access to all of them. And America is don't want no problems with them right now. That's why they're trying to calm down Israel. Say, hey, slow down. We already ran thin, and we losing this one over here with Ukraine and Russia. Now you want us to spark up over here. China's like, yeah, go ahead, because I'm getting ready to take Taiwan. You got to go run over there and grab Taiwan. The Philippines saying, hey, the damn Malbites is messing with us too. America stretched in. So this thing is this place is finished.
Like you said, Hamas, they definitely don't want Hamas to get in because that's just more troops that's coming in to help them. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, it's a bubbling pot, but it's one thing they running in quickly to quench it. Right. But Israel want to continue to push forward. Right. That's why they talking about that ground assault. So when that thing pops off, then we'll see where it lies after that.
They've been in there. They already over there.
They already over there. Ground assault.
Yeah. Already be on tanks on the ground, man. They already been raiding in homes, shooting people, man. They bombing, they doing it all. So this is Turkey. Erdogan or Aragon threatens to declare war on Israel and send military to Gaza in a chilling warning. So now Turkey has declared that they want in on the war. So now you got Turkey, Iran, Syria, Yemen. Yep. You got
Egypt.
Egypt is already like backing away. They're supposed to be an ally with America, and they saying we don't want no parts of this. Matter of fact, we don't like what the damn Israelis are doing. You got Russia, you got China. China sent warships over there. So it's just a lot happening. So
and what's so cool about it, Turkey is part of the UN. Mm-hmm. And if anybody attacks the UN, everybody's in.
Well, if you remember, Turkey's back now. They said they leaving the UN.
That's what they say.
Yeah. That's what they're saying. They want out.
That's what they say.
But see, that's how you know everything is calculated, because they said they were going to leave the UN some months ago. So now, if they separate themselves from the UN so they can go join their Muslim brothers, the UN now has got to make a choice. Okay, well, we got to go ahead and defend it. The war is either way we talking. And just like you said, with NATO, with Ukraine and all that, they've been dumping everything they can over there. And Ukraine said, man, it's over. We can't. So if they gonna just take that loss and Russia really sticks their chest out and be like, look, another one down, like who's next? One way or the other, man, we're gonna see something happen. It says the Turkish president suggested in a speech at a pro-Palestinian rally this afternoon that Turkey can, quote, come in any night unexpectedly. As they try, they always try to quote something biblical. Yahweh said, I'm gonna come in this thief in the night, man. When the strong man don't take watch, he's gonna get his house overthrown. So here they are quoting like biblical type narratives, right? Go ahead. I mean, I was gonna tell you read that in Matthew 24, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Turkey recalls an envoy to Israel and, quote, writes off Netanyahu. So The Trojan says, man, I don't want nothing else to do with Netanyahu. I'm cutting them off. We was gonna go over there and meet up with him, man, and try to, negotiate some peace and talk. Turkey done said, I don't want no parts of that. We're not involved in that. We're getting ready to get ready for war because America done stuck their nose in. So it said Turkey said Saturday it was recalling its ambassador to Israel and breaking off contacts with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in protest at the bloodshed in Gaza. Ankara announced the decisions on the eve of what promises to be a difficult visit to Turkey by U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. The infamous Anthony Blinken. So, that's why I said he riding around talking about anybody that's willing to listen. He go over there to Israel telling them, ceasefire, calm down. Hey, get the hell out of here. We're not ceasefiring. Let me run over here to Turkey then. Hey, can you guys calm down? They like, man, cut that off. We ain't talking to them. It's over. So this is where we're at. There's no peace, like the Most High said. Ankara announced the decisions on the eve of what promises to be a difficult visit to Turkey by U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Palestinian ally Turkey had been mending torn relations with Israel until last month's start of the Israel-Hamas war. But its tone hardened against both Israel and its Western supporters, particularly the United States, as the fighting escalated and the death toll among Palestinian civilians soared. Oh, look at this. No condemnation. Hold on. Why does it sound low? Let me see what's going on. Sound was not coming through. Tell me if y'all can hear this. Because look like the sound settings.
Not yet.
Okay, hold on.
It's low.
No, I'm trying to play this video. Just tell me if you can.
Massive explosion at the largest refugee camp in Gaza. Joining us now is Lieutenant Colonel Richard Heck. He's the international spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces. Thanks so much for joining us. I want to ask you first about this massive blast that we all just saw. We saw the video at the Jabalia refugee camp in Gaza. Is there any?
So, yeah, I didn't even mention they bombed the refugee camp. I'm talking about the ambulance. They did that too. Outside the Palestinians, and they getting out here always being looked at as the anti-S word. Anytime you speak against anything they do. But they out here committing massive humanitarian crimes, killing people by the thousands, innocents, and because they control media, they control everything, man. Everybody's told, shut up, we're doing the right thing. And don't you dare say a word against what we're doing, or else you're going to be looked at as an anti-S word, and you need to be canceled. See? So let's let him finish.
Do you think, Maury, you could first of all tell us about how this explosion happened?
Hi, Wolf. Thanks for having me. So we'll be coming out in the next, hopefully, hour with more data, but I can update you now that there was a very senior Hamas commander in that area. Sadly, he was hiding, again, as they do, behind within civilians.
Did you hear that? Right. This whole place is a whole wasteland right now. Mm-hmm. And they said this is for one person. Mm-hmm. Oh, sadly, he was hiding as they do. Oh, so that means we just got to blow up the whole damn city then. One man, you can't send a little team up in there and go try to find this one guy. I mean, knock it off, man. That's right. Knock it off. Oh, sadly, he because they are on one of their, I'm sure, financially backed places. He comes on there and says, "Oh yeah, thanks for having me." He's expecting to get on there and just talk his stuff.
That's all I can see at this point. We're looking into it. We'll be coming out with more data as we learn what happened there.
So can you confirm it was an Israeli attack that destroyed a big chunk of that Jabalia refugee camp?
Yes, I can. We were focused on a target, a senior commander, Wolf, and we'll be updating you with more data as the hour moves ahead.
But even if that Hamas commander was there amidst all those Palestinian refugees who are in that Jabalia refugee camp, Israel still went ahead and dropped the bomb there, attempting to kill this Hamas commander, knowing that a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children, presumably would be killed. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's not what you're hearing, Wolf. We're.
He said that's not what you're hearing.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to tell you what you're hearing. Now, that's how weak this damn Wolf Blitzer Edomite is on there, where he won't even stand and say, hold on. You did just say that you just bombed the whole refugee camp. Innocent people was killed over there. And you said, no, that's not what you're hearing. That's not what happened. You know, that's that what do you call it? Jedi mind trick. These aren't the drones you're looking for. You know, you keep on going. What's this guy, man?
Focus on this commander. Again, you'll get more data who this man was. They killed many.
You'll get more data about who this man was once we drum it up. You know, through our media, we'll paint a whole picture about who this guy was. Right now, you don't know who he is. We got no ID. We got nothing on you. We'll provide you with the storyline after the fact. Right now, just trust us.
Many Israelis. We're doing everything we can. These are a very complicated battle space. There could be infrastructure there. There could be tunnels there. We're still looking into it, and we'll give you more data as the hour moves ahead.
So the fact that this is a very difficult infrastructure, tunnels and the whole nine, wouldn't that make you fall back and strategize a little bit better before you go ahead and decide, let me just go bomb the hell out of this place?
Absolutely.
Go to Job.
Absolutely.
Job 17. They know what they was doing, man. And it's just amazing to me how the GMO Jews are out there flaunting their power, their influence, the fear mongering that they throw on everybody, you know, the whole nine, right? And then here they go, acting as if they're the innocents. We were the ones that got terrorized, blah, 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 you know. And then we're sitting back and looking and saying, is anybody else seeing the sleight of hand trick, you know, the 3-card Molly going on in front of everybody? No, it ain't there. Oop, no, hold on. Don't take your eyes off. Yeah, it's right there. Look, oops. Come on, man. And they get no condemnation. That's what's so crazy. But then when you say you run everything, you run the media, you run the movie, you run TV, you run it. No, we don't. How dare you? You control narratives of everything. That's anti-ass word. You can't say that. And it's all playing out in real time. Give me Job 17, read 8 and 9.
Job 17 and verse 8. Upright men shall be astonished at this. The innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite.
See, Job, you know, Job earlier, he was talking about, you know, he was being called a byword and all that. That lets you know Job was an Israelite too, because scripture say you will be a proverb and a byword. But earlier he said, man, matter of fact, read that real quick. And which one is it? Ain't no matter. Oh, verse 6.
What? 15 and 6.
17 and 6. Stay in Job, verse 6.
Verse 6. Verse 6. He have made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tablet.
Yeah. So basically, Job was acknowledging that he was being called a byword. You know, was one of the offshoots of cursings of our people or whatnot. But as we drop down again, and the Most High gives us the character of an upright man, when we see things that have done in hypocrisy, evil, lies, wickedness, and whatnot, the Most High said, we'd be astonished. So that's why we sit back saying, what? Did he just say, hell, what? These people are getting away with murder. This is crazy. Read that again, verse 8.
Straight up lie. Upright men shall be astonished at this.
Read.
And the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite.
So the innocents is stirring up themselves. That's why they're out there protesting, marching. They ain't innocent in the biblical terms. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not no damn Palestinian apologist, man. Them heathens stole land. They over there had us in slavery and in captivity, the Ishmaelites and whatnot. No passes for them either.
That's right.
But in this video clip, we're talking about innocent people that got destroyed and killed. And now you see their people are out riding heavy out in the streets, protesting and doing what they need to do to show the hypocrisy. Because here the narrative is they're the barbaric, sand niggas out there killing everything, beheading babies and eating human. I mean, you can throw any label on them right now, and everybody believe it. But read verse 9.
Verse 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way.
See, the righteous, we're going to hold on to our way. We see what's going on. We see the hypocrisy. We see the folly that's going on. The righteous, we hold on to our way. That's why, like I said, I tip my hat, salute the brothers, man. They did what they supposed to do last week.
That's right.
They held their way, right? Read on.
And he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger.
See, and if we remain in the righteousness of the Most High, blameless, the Most High said we can only grow stronger and stronger through that.
Right.
Let's finish this quick.
But you know that there are a lot of refugees, a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children in that refugee camp as well, right?
This is the tragedy of war, Wolf. I mean,
You hear that?
He said, that there's innocent women until he said, hey, that's the tragedy of war. It happens. Now, why did you say that from the beginning and say, no, you didn't hear that, Wolf? No, hold on. He should have just said it from the jump. Yeah, we went over there on this kamikaze mission to go find this one guy. Really, there ain't no guy over there. He went and bombed the whole refugee camp. He said, we'll give you information about him later. I mean, you just done killed hundreds of people. Destroyed their whole infrastructure. They got nowhere to go now. They're going to be starved out, the whole nine. And you said, we'll talk about it later about, who we were looking for. Once we make it. Isn't that what they did with 9/11? The George Bush said, man, there's weapons of mass destruction over there. We'll find them. Bomb the hell out of that place, man. They came back and said, oh, we didn't find nothing. Right. Our intelligence failed us. Come on, man.
As you know, we've been saying for days.
The hypocrite, man.
Civilians are not involved with Hamas. Please live tight.
Just trying to get a little bit more information. You knew there were civilians there. You knew there were refugees, all sorts of refugees, but you decided to still drop a bomb on that refugee camp attempting to kill the Hamas commander. By the way, was he killed?
I can't confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed.
Wait, did you hear him lie?
Wow.
He just said, I can't confirm it. Then he said, yes, he was killed.
Wow.
You just said you can't confirm it. Now you said he's killed.
Confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed.
No, you lied.
Still
Look at it.
drop a bomb on that refugee camp attempting to kill the Hamas commander. By the way, was he killed?
I can't confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed.
In the same sentence.
Drop a bomb on that refugee camp attempting to
But
kill
the white man's not the devil, though. We can't say he's a deceiver, he's a liar. But this dude just said we can't confirm that, yes, he was killed.
Hamas commander.
The heathen is
By the way,
something
was he
else, man.
killed?
I can't confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed. And about the civilians there, we're doing everything we can to minimize. I'll say it again. Sadly, they are hiding themselves within civilian population. And again, we are doing this stage by stage, and we're going to go after every one of these terrorists who was involved in that.
So, he just said, sadly, they're hiding among civilians, but we're going to go after every one of them, which means what? We're going to kill all the civilians, even if it means killing innocents. I mean, let's keep it real.
And one thing they do, I mean,
Go ahead.
Can you imagine? I mean, they didn't destroy hundreds of people's families, and they don't think that they'll want revenge. They think that they're just gonna sweep it aside and that's it.
Right.
I mean, any one of us that's sitting here right now, if they bombed and killed our mother, our kids, our wives, they think that we're not gonna rise up. So this thing, like you said, that arrow has been launched already. It ain't no turning back. They always gonna have enemies. So.
I said it. They ain't like nothing else that happened before. Here's the Hezbollah leader. Listen to him.
and the falling
Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
occupying force that was
It was long. It's like an hour and a half, man. I'm trying to
the
get him
whole
up to the
world
point.
that the brutal, barbaric.
Now, this the Hezbollah chief.
Mm-hmm.
He laid out. He came out publicly, I think, a day or two ago, and he's on record establishing their position with this war. And he's gonna speak about America too, which is very interesting.
Nature of the Zionist regime of Israel, the usurping, occupying force that was planted in our region in Palestine on the grounds of the ill-fated Balfour Declaration to feed on wars in the region, starting Palestine and the Palestinian people, followed by the Egyptians, Lebanese, and all the peoples of the region. After all these long years, as they tried to
Give me
convince
Proverbs 11, too, 11 and 9.
the whole world that this entity is a state of rule of law, humanity, democracy. This is all proven false.
So he said they're out here trying to talk about this is about democracy. This is all about the lands and whatnot, and trying to establish peace and trying to get rid of terrorists. He said, man, we're seeing all of this has been proven to be false, and we just seen Israeli general lying in real time about committing murder. Proverbs 11, read verse 9.
Verse 9. And hypocrite with his mouth destroyed his neighbor.
See, that's how these wars continue on, man. Because as long as they keep running out here being hypocrites, man, and doing the same things that they claim and others are doing, that's why Putin came out. Putin told Netanyahu and them, he said, look, you guys keep talking about what happened at the HCOF. You guys are doing the same thing and worse to these Palestinians, man. You better slow down. It's not going to look good for you publicly. And they like, we control the public. We control the narrative, man. What you worried about? If you don't like it, do something. Putin said, I will. Don't worry. I'm making my allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
Finish that?
But through knowledge shall the just be delivered.
See, that's how we get delivered, man. Right. You know, the Most High said through knowledge. And even Isaiah 33 and 6, he said, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times and strength and salvation. Absolutely. Once we in the know and we understand what's going on, man, we're not going to get caught up in some of this foolishness, man, and get deceived by the narratives that they put out
We
there
have
publicly.
witnessed victims, men and women, innocent civilians, the children of Gaza have unmasked the truth of this barbaric regime, backed by the Western media, who are trying to convince our peoples to remain silent or even normalize with the Zionist entity. This also reveals the direct responsibility and liability of the United States. Also, the U.S. hypocrisy. From day one, Biden claims to have spoken to the Israelis about humanitarian issues, civilians. All false claims.
So he's saying that even the fact that Americans came through to try to talk about humanitarian efforts need to be, instilled and let's have a ceasefire. He said that never even happened. So when we just seen the article earlier that said that Israel was turning down the peace talks from America, he's saying they never even had no talks. He's like, man, that was a lie. America wasn't trying to push no peace. So believe whoever you want to believe. All we know is the Most High said there's not going to be no peace, right? So he's established and he's going on record saying America pretty much is the enemy of Hezbollah and Iran, and they're in direct cahoots with the Israelis were killing their people.
For a month,
the Palestinians.
Gaza and the Gazans have been reeling under the brunt of barbaric, ferocious, brutal, ruthless, merciless aerial bombardments. They falsely claim that Hamas beheaded babies, and they failed to produce produce a single piece of evidence, yet they remain silent against the images of thousands of babies and children torn apart in Gaza as a result of the Israeli missiles. Now all exposed, the whole West claiming and preaching about democracy, humanity, rule of law. It's nothing but hypocrisy. It is a lynch law. We are living in a jungle. We all must establish this fact. The United States is totally responsible for the war raging in Gaza against unarmed, defenseless people. It is the United States that vetoes condemnation of Israel in the Security Council. It's the United States that stands on the way of a ceasefire in Gaza. It is the United States proving once again, as described by Khomeini, it is the greatest Satan, the great devil, from Hiroshima to Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan.
See, that's all I want. He said he was America's Satan and the devil. I mean, but hey, the Most High said that from the jump. What's that, Revelation 12? We know Satan is that, but he's got operatives that he used. Revelation 12 and 9. You talking about Khomeini said that? No, the Most High said that. What's wrong with these damn heathens, man? Don't want to give our power no credit.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him.
So Satan's got agents that he uses and empowers. Jump over to Revelation 13, read 12.
Verse 12. And he exercised all.
13, verse 2, sorry.
Verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
So this is establishing the so-called white man's rule. This is the fourth beast, so-called white man under the auspices of the Romans, was translated into America. But it began with the leopard, talking about Daniel, the 7th chapter. Alexander, this is the white man's essence of rule under the leopard. His feet was like the feet of a bear, with power, ferocity is how he established rule and control over all the nations. Read on.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
So he speaks great blasphemies and against the Most High. He establishes and thinks he is the Most High. If you've seen my video I did about witchcraft, I covered this as well. Go back, check that out. But read on.
And the dragon gave him his power.
So how did he get his power? The dragon gave him his power. The same dragon was known as Satan. So when you hear this guy talking about America is Satan and the devil and all that, yeah. This beast system ran by the so-called white man is empowered by Satan. That's how he got his power. The dragon gave him his power. Read on.
And his seat and great authority.
And great authority. That's why he's sitting back complaining, saying, they're saying this is humanitarian rule of law and they're being hypocrites. Yeah, well, they got the power to do it. He controls media. He controls the college institutions. He controls all of these protests. Pitting them, fighting, they funding both sides of the war. They funding multiple wars. They funding these protests. They doing it all, man. They want complete societal collapse. So they can try to establish a new world order, bring it all back. But this third world war, there ain't gonna be none of that. Oh man, it's gonna be going down. Let's move on. So Putin turns on Netanyahu as he sees Israel as Russia's enemy now. So that's even more trouble. Vladimir Putin now says Netanyahu, and he sees Israel as Russia's enemy. So when he tried to tell them, calm down, y'all going crazy with this this whole slaughter movement, and Netanyahu gave him the finger. He said, okay, we'll see what time it is then. Vladimir Putin will now see Israel as an enemy as he moves closer to Iran and sides with Hamas in the Middle East. A former speechwriter for the Russian president tells the Daily Express, Hamas has called Russia its, quote, closest friend, as the terror group vows to release 8 Russian hostages kidnapped during its October 7th attack in Israel. Notice how everybody's saying they close friends with Russia now. You know, when he met with when him and China's president Xi Jinping met, they said, "Oh, my dear friend," the closest friends met together. Now, you know, Iran, talking about, they're our homies too, man. We love Russia. Well, why is that? Go to Ezekiel 38. Let's read that real quick. 38, read verse 4 or 5, down to 7.
Ezekiel chapter 38 and 1. He said 4.
No, 38, verse 4, down to 7.
Verse 4. And I will put thee back and
Read
put
it again.
and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, for of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
So the Most High is going to pull Russia into war. He's going to have full control over him. That's the hooks in the jaws. He's going to drag him out, pull him into the directions of warfare. He's going to have them gird up with armor, bucklers, and shields. Read on.
Even a great company with buckler and shield, and all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, and all of them with shields and helmets.
See, Persia is Iran, and you got Ethiopia, which is regions in within Africa and Southeast Africa, North Africa, and Libya. We seen that the protests over there in where was it? I want to say Kenya, but it might not have been Kenya. I can't remember, but they was all chanting about "Viva, long live Putin, we love Putin," and in Africa, right? So all these particular nations, man, are all aligning themselves up with Russia. In particular, Persia, meaning Iran, is going to join themselves up. But read down to verse 7.
Verse 6. Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togarmah of the northern quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. But thou prepareth and prepareth. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy companies that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
So guard meaning Russia is going to be the protector. He's going to be the big brother for all these particular nations that they're going to be establishing. So that's why they're all saying, "Oh, our closest friend, oh my, our greatest," because they all look to Russia as the leader. They're looking to Russia to be the one who's going to be the protector. So if everything goes haywire, they know Russia is going to be the ones that has the power to drop major bombs on the world. So the more that they can align themselves with Russia, who's got the Satan II missile and got the most nukes in the world, you dang right you're gonna say, "Man, that's my buddy, man. Shoot, that's bomb."
That's right.
You want to align yourself, man, with the biggest kid on the block, and say, "Yeah, shoot, don't tell you. You go out there and be starting all kind of trouble. You run back to the big boy on the block and say, 'Yeah, man, they mess with us, man. All right, come on, I'm gonna go over there and knock them out.'" That's what they're playing games with, right? So he's the guard of all these nations.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
I had just seen a documentary, and we have put it into this video. I'll send it to you. But they showed how Putin called out 3 presidents. He called out George Bush, he called out Obama, and then he called out Biden. And it was funny how he strategized, and they were showing how Putin was saying that I called your bluff, it didn't happen, I'm moving forward. So I'm gonna put it in the chat when I do find it. I'll share it though. But he was just definitely calling them out.
Do it on your next tour too, before you.
That too. I'm definitely gonna share it though. It's interesting.
Send it to me too. All right, so let's continue on. So in Israel, God's word, recycled images from past conflicts can undercut the true toll. So what are we seeing right here? Fake news, as your man Donald Trump would say. It says in Israel, God's word, recycled images from past conflicts are being used. So it's not even real time stuff. They showing fake, images from stuff that happened years ago, or whatever, and saying, "Look what happened. The babies got killed." It ain't even something that's really current. So they're utilizing again wag the dog tricks to seduce people into believing a narrative that they're painting about this war. Back over to 2 Ezra 9. And let's read verse 20.
2 Ezra 9 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I considered the world, and behold, there was perils because of the devices that were coming unto it.
So the Most High is saying that there's going to be perils happening within the earth because of the devices that it came into. And we know 2 Corinthians 2, we'll talk about not being ignorant of the devices of Satan. When Israel, when they're out here using AI images, they're using old images from old wars to keep promoting propaganda, to keep the wars cracking and whatnot. These are all devices of Satan, man. And Israel, in America, is using it in real time, utilizing recycled images and saying this is happening right now. And it's like, that didn't happen. We found that online 5 years ago. That was a whole nother thing. Oh, you found that one? Oh, shoot. That was the wrong one. Sorry. We're going to upload a different one. They're out there playing games, man. Playing games. Let's continue. Look at this. This for you so-called Negroes, man, Hispanics, man, crying in these churches, man, wanting peace in Israel and all that. Listen what your GMO brothers are talking about.
Worship him?
Watch this.
Go to jail. The police here, 99% conviction rate. Shut up. We don't do anything illegal.
Now, these are Christian Edomite preachers over there in Israel, right? And they get approached by Israeli police and an Israeli citizen, right? And they told them, shut up, get out of here. Now, watch what they say. Israeli Jew says to America.
The police here, 99% conviction rate. Shut up. We don't do anything illegal. You cannot take us to jail. If you are not involved, please go. Shalom, my friend. We bless you. Give my country. You come to the United States, you can say whatever you want to say. That is a free world, yes? You're not in the United States. You're in Israel. I understand. You can say whatever you want to say here. Yes, you can. It's legal. It is legal to preach about Yeshua. We preach at Damascus Gate. The police said it's okay. We preach at Jaffa Gate. The police say it's okay. Please stop. I respect you. Respect me. Doesn't have to respect you. Huh? Doesn't have to respect you. That is the right thing. Are you Jewish? Do you want to honor God? That is the godly thing to do. We respect one another. The godly thing to do is to kill you. The godly thing is to kill me. That's right. That's what the Torah says. The Torah says to kill us. The Torah says that I know people who worship idols such as yourself, when there is a Sanhedrin, to kill us. Yes. Okay. That's what the Torah says. So we know how the Jewish people feel about Christians, yes? That you discriminate against Christians. Christians are idol worshippers. You discriminate against Christians. The Torah says that Christianity is idol worship.
Okay, so you got evangelical Christians running around here talking, praying for Israel. Meanwhile, they saying you idol worshiping heathens, man. We don't care about y'all. We're gonna be putting you to death when it's all said and done. I seen Negroes in churches, man, praying, and, talking about Israel has got the same ones who say we're heathens. Right. They're still God's people. We got to do what the Bible says, man. They need to be delivered, and we're going to get the kingdom through them. You understand? They're out here telling you, man, you're going to get put to death. We don't like you heathens. So people going to have to make their decisions and understand really what's going on. You can say, well, that ain't all Israelis. They all don't feel that way. I don't give a damn. You might as well take it that way. For the stiff-necked, hard-headed Negro that's sitting up in them churches, man, Bible thumping talking about save Israel. You are Israel. Save your damn self. Really? You worry about these damn heathens over there, man, who inherited our land and taking over. And they over there telling you are idol worshiping heathen, man. And if it was in our hands, we'll put you to death. That's what he said. Right out of his mouth. Right out of his mouth. And you see so docile Christian over there. Shalom, my friend. I know you. You know he speak perfect English. He talking to the guy like he, got to talk with an accent or something. Dude, tell him you're in my country. Like, what are you even cowering down trying to sound like you a damn foreigner for? Right. Listen to these damn people.
We don't do anything illegal. You cannot take us to jail.
We don't do anything illegal. You can't take us to jail. Come on, my friend.
You are not involved. Please don't. Shalom, my friend. We bless you.
Shalom, my friend. Ain't nobody blessing him. But this is what's wrong with our people, all right? So that was just an advisory to see what's going on. And then when you see them killing and bombing and destroying innocent people and whatnot, man, you know what time it is. Go to Proverbs 11. Read 18 down. Let me see. Proverbs 11. Read 18 down to 21.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 18. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward.
So the wicked is over there working continuous evil works over there, man. Since 1948 and prior to that, they've been over there working evil works, man. Lying, talking about it's their land. They've always been there. They're the rightful owners of it. You know, they've done massive atrocities to the neighboring countries, man, to establish themselves over there. We see them out here in moving in hypocrisy, killing innocents, lying and saying everybody else is doing all the evil. Read on.
Verse 19. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death.
So the Most High is letting us righteousness tended to life, and righteousness is keeping the laws of the Most High. That's how you want to say, well, how are we going to survive? Well, how are we going to live? Keep the laws. The Most High said, man, if you're moving in righteousness, that tends to life. So he that pursueth evil pursueth to his own death. Read.
They that are of a forward heart are abomination to the Lord, but such as are upright in their way are his delight.
Go ahead.
Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
See, this Christian fool, he had no idea. That's why he said, damn, Edomite heathen over there talking about how they're preaching Yeshua and all of that. He know damn well. The Most High said in Psalms 147, 19 and 20, he showed his word to Jacob, statutes and judgments unto Israel. He is not dealing with any other nations. He's talking about, oh, shalom, my friend. Let's be free. Let's join hand to hand. The Most High said they're not going to go without being punished. And if you want to link up with them, you're going to get punished and destroyed right along with them. This guy's talking about the Torah. He got a damn goatee on. Where's his beard at? I mean, give me a damn break. See, but if the Edomite, he knew anything about the law, or a Christian would knew about the law, he would have said, hold on, you're talking about the Torah. You're not even keeping the Torah. About how he would put somebody there. The Lord said, you can't join hand in hand. So there's no praying for Israel, man. They're not the true people. It's not their land. Stop with the Christian foolishness, man. Because these people don't give a damn about you. They consider you a heathen, idol-worshiping Christian that needs to be put to death. And our people's over here talking about pray for Israel. No. Pray for Palestine. No. No to both. Finish that?
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
The what of the righteous?
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
See, that's why it is about nationality. It is about bloodline. The Lord said the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. That's indicative of a heritage. That's indicative of a bloodline. That's indicative of hegemony and I mean, come on. The Lord said, man, the seed of the righteous is going to be delivered. They ain't talking about everybody, anybody, spiritual Israel, the spiritual church. The seed is going to be delivered. You can't be joined hand in hand with these people, man. Let's continue. So look at it. The U.S. deploys hypersonic B-1B bombers to Turkey amid the Israel-Hamas war. So America's up in the ante. They're sending over nuclear-capable bombs over there. The B-1B was designed to carry nuclear weapons and other heavy payloads a long distance. The U.S. European Command reportedly said that the deployment was, quote, long planned to demonstrate the U.S. readiness. So not only did we see they sent their biggest warship over there, was it the Eisenhower? Biggest warship over there. They've got hypersonic B-1 bombers over there. And you trying to tell me we're not at war right now? World War III ain't cracking off? They sending the big guns over there saying we're ready. He said to just demonstrate the U.S.'s readiness. They're sending it all over there. And our people's over here, you know, just coming off of their Halloween highs. Just like I said, the murder rate went up. Jay's dying over this foolishness, man. And they're already, getting their Christmas carols lined up. I think they said November. I don't know. Someday in November is when you're supposed to officially start your Christmas preparations and all. It's gonna be the next probably that's gonna be coming down the damn pipeline.
Cyber Monday.
So, yeah, they doing all the cyber sale. Black Fridays now turning to Cyber Mondays. Black Friday's gone now. I mean, it's unbelievable. And all they know is that America, they just trying to drain the pockets of the people. It's like whatever little bit of money you got left, whatever your savings, whatever credit card you're willing to sacrifice, come on in, slide it, and get in more debt and jack yourself up so we can come back and buy up everything pennies on the dollar.
Isn't this about doing something with the dead or something?
They did that already. Yeah. Dias de los Muertos. Day of the Dead. Yeah, they do all that stuff, man. So let's continue on, man. America's new super nuke explained. So they got a super nuke. We see Russia running around parading their super Satan 2 bomb. America got to flex their muscle. They call it a gravity bomb. They said it's 24 times more powerful than Hiroshima. I mean, this how you know Esau, man. But the Most High said he gonna be blessed with the by thy sword shalt thou live. I mean, this guy has no other the wisdom out of Teeman and D-Dan, the brainstorming that goes on amongst these cats, man, is just the drama. How can we build something that's more destructive? Can it kill more? Can it destroy more? What's the radius that this one can do? You got to be a sick effort, man, to just be sitting back talking about how much they can make something to destroy and kill something. But that's him. America's new super nuke explained. B-6113 is the first gravity bomb to feature guided tail kit and when unleashed, a blast radius the size of 2 Manhattans. The Pentagon is updating its nuclear bomb stockpile with a new model of B-6113 will phase out nukes from the Cold War in current units. So as much as they keep talking about how destructive nuclear arms are, and we need to, take off the nuclear warheads and get these nuclear peace treaties going on, they still behind closed doors building stuff even more powerful than what they've been had. They talking about getting rid of the old stuff and bringing in the new. So this is what the spirit of the Lord's got in the earth right now. Look at this. China's working on a new weapon the world deems too dangerous to exist. So when you start seeing these nations is coming out and they're establishing themselves with weapons that are fit for destruction of the world and the earth or whole countries, I mean, that should let you know where we're at in the spirit, right? It says China's working on a new weapon the world seems too dangerous to exist. China's poised to deploy a new intercontinental ballistic missile that poses serious challenge to the U.S. military planners. So they're in competition. China's got one. It says China is believed to be rolling out a powerful new ICBM capable of delivering a power load at 20 times the speed of sound. So America's flashing theirs. Russia's flashed theirs. North Korea's been flashing theirs. I mean, right now it's a lot of whole saber rattling and mine's is bigger than yours type thing going on, man. But all we see here is all the nations now are lining themselves up with how much they can destroy the whole earth. Look at it. Iran-backed forces have attacked U.S. positions and allies 23 times in the past 2 weeks. So if we're questioning or wondering, is America at war with Iran right now? The answer emphatically is yes. Is America at war on multiple fronts? Yes. Has World War III began? I'm saying yes. To hell with what America's talking about and what the press is waiting for some AI, headline to be drafted up and say no. America joined in a war that was already declared by Netanyahu. They said we're in it. They're exchanging fire. Iran and actually they said over the last few years it's been like 70-something attacks on American positions. But within the last 2 weeks, it's been 23 times. So it's only increased. So Iran and America is really going at it on a low level right now. We're just waiting for the big things to start dropping. Look at it. Diluted. Zelensky blasted his close aide claims Ukraine is not winning the war with Russia. How long have we been saying it? As much as they keep running around talking about, oh, the Russians blew up this and Ukrainians are fighting strong and they took out this. I'm sitting back saying, these guys are lying like a mug, man. All we keep hearing about is we need more weapons, we need more money. Zelensky running around begging and everything. It's out now. All right. Ukraine's not winning the war. That means NATO and America is either gonna have to invest their efforts fully over there, or they just gonna take the loss and say, hey man, we tried. Russia, they're gonna take that, man. But we getting ready for this Middle East thing, man. This is more biblically based. That was a spark that we talked about earlier, but the flames is really gonna get hit off in the region known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Oh, you had a question? Oh, okay, all right. Look, on record said we're losing. Ukrainians reel from the war chief's stalemate warning. So in eastern Ukraine, where another grueling winter is descending, along with it, a likely freeze in major frontline movements. One Ukrainian soldier had a grim assessment of the conflict. The 35-year-old near the war-battered town of Bakhmut went further than comments from Ukraine's most senior military official, who conceded this week that the war with Russia had reached a stalemate. I've been saying that for some time now already. Step by step, we're losing the war. The serviceman who uses the call sign Mudri or Wise told the AFP, the longer the static war continues, the worse it is for us, he said in the phone interview. So that thing is over with. All right. Ukraine's top commanders refused orders to advance against Putin in a major blow to Zelensky. So, we read that scripture in 2nd Ezra 15 before about being seditious amongst men and not regarding their princes or their rulers, right? So if you got top commanders telling Zelensky, we ain't following these orders no more, man. We out here getting killed and slaughtered. You're running around parading wearing the same clothes all over the place, getting money, shaking down Biden and everything else. I mean, what you talking about, man? You're not out here fighting this war with us. We getting slaughtered. We're not following orders at this point. So there's sedition, there's an uprising going on amongst Ukrainians, man. So we'll see where that war goes. South China Sea. Tensions are exploding as China fires at a submarine hunting helicopter. I mean, this is war going on all over the place. So not only we got the South China Sea, you got Ukraine and Russia, we got the Middle East, you got war on the home front here as they keep talking about sleeper cells is already over here. Get ready. Something's gonna get blown up. They said from San Francisco, Santa Clara, LA, San Diego, Washington, D.C., Cleveland, Chicago. They saying all these cities is supposed to be in danger of attack. Now, who knows? This is supposedly come from the FBI. Who knows? They could be doing it themselves, man. We just got to seeing the FBI being exposed for corruption with them censoring pages and shaking down Facebook and protecting Hunter Biden laptop and all kind of files. I mean, so who knows what's going on? But don't be surprised if there's a what do you call it? False flag. I mean, we seen what happened with the guy over there in Maine. That was all crazy suspicious. He had all kind of mental issues and stuff, and he was telling people, man, I'm gonna go shoot up something. And they was like, oh, you're just playing. Go ahead. Manchurian candidate, right? And then they said they just stopped another guy that was threatening to shoot up and bomb a school in the same town. So I mean, come on, man. They got a couple of wind up dolls over there, man. So don't expect something to jump off, man. Whether real or staged, who knows? But they telling us. Hamas blocks foreign nationals from leaving Gaza. Wars are pushing up for demand of weapons, sparking fears of shortages. Now, this is interesting. Because of all these wars going on, I don't know if this is something that they can do legally or whatnot, right? But you got all of these wars jumping off. We've been hearing NATO and America saying that they're running short on weapons. Joe Biden even came out and said, we're running out of weapons, sending them to Ukraine. Now we got more wars jumping off, and they're saying that there's weapons and ammunition shortages. Could that mean that they freeze ammunition sales here in America and say everything has to go to the war. You can't buy ammo here no more. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's legal. I definitely could believe they're gonna do that because they're gonna say you don't need the war, you don't need ammo for your house and your family. We'll protect you. That's why you got 911. But all this ammo is going over here to these wars that America's fighting. And then next thing you know, I mean, you already see with California with them doubling the taxes on ammunition and gun sales. So they're already going to make it harder to attain these things. Let these wars jump off. It's going to be even harder to get your ammo and all that other stuff, man. So, not giving anybody advice, but if you got anything at home, you better make sure you got some stuff stashed because sooner or later they're gonna lock down and say you can't even buy nothing. It's all got to go towards the war because there's already shortages on record. Look at it. Goslin's at a breaking point. There's 8 centers looted. So we seen what was it last week? The guy came out and said, "Man, people's getting ready to start killing each other for food over there because what? Israel done shut down them getting their resources. Man, they cut off the supply chains coming through Egypt, so they starving them out. No food, no water. They letting in a little bit at a time. They shut off the internet so they can't communicate. They can't film and see what's going on and all the atrocities, whatever. Now they're saying that thousands of Gaza residents broke into a UN warehouse on Sunday, grabbing flour and other essential items in a sign they had reached the breaking point, the United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency said. So when we're reading the second Ezra 15 and we're talking about breaking into your neighbor's house for lack of bread and food, I mean, this is what the Most High is showing us ahead of time. You want to know what it's going to be like when the famine really hits, when desperation really hits, what people are willing to do? They don't give a damn what. If they're willing to break into a UN warehouse, what do you think they're going to do to your house? You're talking about an internationally backed, secure warehouse, and people saying, I'm starving. You talking about the Walking Dead and damn zombies crashing the gates because they starving. That's what we talking. Vaccines on the ballot. A quarter of Americans now say that those things that they was putting in their arms are unsafe, and they know someone who died from it. YouTube, I'm reading the article, man. Don't do that. You know these bastards, man. I say one thing. It's just got them off my budget for them to keep taking videos down every damn week for the last 2 weeks. Can't even do that. That don't even matter. They don't give a damn, man. So now they're talking about this being a talking point for next year's election. The medicines, and do they work or don't they work? Now you've got, they said, how much did they say? A quarter. So 1/4 of Americans, 1 out of every 4 people said that they believe that the thing is unsafe and they know somebody who died from it. As 2024 wannabes, DeSantis and RFK Jr. take skepticism on the campaign trail. So that's just another headline to see. America's red hot labor market starts to cool. U.S. hiring growth slowed to 150,000 in October, and the White House claims low unemployment rates mean Bidenomics is working. So, in other words, Bidenomics means he wants people not having jobs, no economic security. Hiring is slowed down. Layoffs is up. This is why people is running out here picketing, protesting. Go to Habakkuk or Habakkuk. People out there protesting, man. People are out there frustrated. They're seeing everything go up. You know what's interesting? My wife told me she bought organic, grass-fed rotisserie chicken from Gelson's. How much do y'all think it was?
20.
Not that much.
20.
Close. 18. $18 from Gelson's. Organic grass-fed chicken. The shit was, the damn thing was this big. For $18, I mean, it's about this big. rotisserie, and they probably, oh, it's just organic chicken and sea salt. You know, you're out there buying GMO, fake Franken foods out there. You want the real stuff, you're gonna have to pay. How many people can pay for that stuff? I told him, you know what? We'd rather not have chicken than eat chicken. If that's the case, $18 for a little ass hen. Well, that's what they saying you got to buy from. You got to go to Gelson's or Whole Foods or these so-called health conscious stores that are scamming everybody too with organic this, that, and the third. They done got busted with that line. So you can't trust these damn people, man. But I said $18 for that little piece of chicken. What? I said this is out of control, man. Habakkuk, let's read verse 2, chapter 2, verse 6.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his?
See, that's why the Most High was saying, man, woe to him that increases that which is not his. Man, the white man stole everything. But he's constantly increasing. He's rape, pillaging, creating fake laws, implement taxes, tribute, you name it, man. And he's increasing that which is not his. He stole the land, broke peace treaties, and all he constantly want is more. Right? Read on.
How long? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay.
It said, and how long with him that laid himself with thick clay? With thick clay, when you look up that word, man, it means debt or tribute, excessive tribute. So how much more can people be laid up in debt by the one who's out here constantly taking and increasing what's not his? So America's got all this stuff and increasing what's not his, and he's laying heavy debts on everybody else. So now when they saying that Bidenomics is working because people are not having jobs, what is he doing? He's trying to break everybody down so that he can, quote unquote, build back better. He wants everybody on public assistance. He wants everybody on a controlled economic system so that he can say, you can have this, you can't have that. Oh, your credit's going to come. My bank just got to saying that if you don't switch to online statements and bank statements and all that, I will lose my online account. They don't want paper, nothing no more. No more paper statements. You gotta go online, digital, or you lose your digital account, your online account. Citibank. So they're doing all this stuff, man. So just last month they were talking about the job market sparking up, man. The market is going crazy. Everybody, all you need is 30 more days, man. They said, not really. People losing jobs. They ain't low unemployment rates means that Bidenomics is working. Biden is over here destroying every damn thing. That's why I said, man, re-elect Biden next year. It would be on the fast track to the kingdom. Give him another 4 years to destroy America. I'm all with it. Lord willing, we can all make it about it. Smart home warning. We know this. Major study exposes alarming security rates or security threats. We always see the great things that the Ring cameras do and all that other stuff, man. That's all cool. But I remember bringing this up maybe 10 years ago about your dishwashers listening to you, the TVs, everything, all this so-called smart tech. The back doors is wide open, man. Let me see if I can find that article real quick. Because there was I know there's an article on here talking about your dishwasher. How long ago was it? They give me some old bogus stuff. Man. Anyway, but I thought I could find the article real fast. Oh, maybe it was fine.
You on your plate?
See, nine household products that may be spying on you. CIA chief. Yeah, 2012. Like I said, it was at least 10 years ago. CIA chief will spy on you through your dishwasher. That was a March 2012 article. I know I brought that one up. That was, like I said, 10 years ago. 11 years ago. Damn, time is flying. So, the CIA chief says they're spying on you through your dishwasher. So this ain't nothing new, but they want to come clean now, right? Now because it expanded to the smart homes. So it says, when we think of what happens between the walls of our homes, we think of it as a trusted private place. In reality, we find that smart devices in our home are piercing that veil of trust and privacy in ways that allow nearly any company to learn what devices are in your home, to know when you are home, and learn where your home is, said David Chaffney, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Executive Director of Cybersecurity and Private Institute of Northeastern University, in a media release. Quote, these behaviors are generally not disclosed to consumers, and there is a need for better protections in the home. So they don't tell the consumers, yeah, these things are going to be spying on you. It's going to know your location, when you're going home, when you're coming home, when you turn on this, that, and the third, what's in your refrigerator, when your trash is full, all this other stuff, man.
Alexa.
But they just don't let it be known. Oh, look at how great it is. All the features that it has. All you got to do is push a button, wave your hand, touch this, and it's gonna do everything for you. Meanwhile, the real thing is that they're trying to set up a grid of control for everybody to be under, man. So, if you're utilizing, and we all do, and I'm included with it because I got a quote unquote smartphone. But if we're all locked into needing something smart, I guess we're admitting that we're dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're saying we need something, we need help with, we need something smarter than that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Alexa got to tell you how to get home. Alexa got to tell you, what time it is. And Alexa going to make sure you're comfortable. Alexa, turn up the heat. Alexa, who sung that song, Alexa? Come on. They're talking about Joe Biden. Oops. Slow Biden. His impeachment is looking more likely. I mean, who gives a damn at this point? He's at the tail end of his term. So if he gets impeached, that just means he ain't gonna be able to run next year or whatever. I mean, he's already damn near completed his term. He done slid under the cracks, man. He slid his way through. But I still want to see something happen to him, man. Anyway, he's gonna fall all right. Look at it. Cops visited the main government's home 6 weeks before the massacre after a worried soldier warned he was going to snap and commit a mass shooting. 6 weeks ahead. How many times we hear about the cops had previous knowledge or stopped somebody and knew that something was going to happen and they brushed it off and said, and next thing you know, they go let something unloose. That Uvalde shooting down there, the Lieutenant Tribe cat shot up the school. Somebody left the door open. The cops took forever and a day to get up in there, and all kind of madness is going on. Then every time there's a school mass shooting, oh yeah, we were seeing on his social media he was making threats. Oh yeah, he was committed to mental health situation. 6 weeks ago, man, somebody told him, man, this guy's gonna snap. He's gonna shoot up something, man. And they said he had a stay at a mental facility, and they still let him out. Like I said, they should have told him, man, where's your guns at? He's a shooting instructor and everything else. They should have been took his stuff, but did they really want to do that? Or did they have to say, no, let him loose so that we can go ahead and say, we got to stop these guns. We got to get these guns off the streets.
Didn't they say he shot himself 2 times in the back of the head?
Yeah, he shot himself twice, if you can believe that.
In the back of the head.
So, how else are you gonna shut him up? You know what I'm saying? You get him out there, man. He come out and say, "Yeah, I don't remember anything, but I do remember when I was in that psych facility. They drugged me up and told me some stuff that I need to do. When I hear these voices in my head, it's time to act." So we'll see. Record number of illegal immigrants are from India is crossing the border. So what? But what do we see publicly though? Oh, Hispanics and Haitians is coming over here, man. The dirty niggas is coming. I mean, but they ain't talking about the damn Chinaman coming over here. They ain't talking about the East Indians sliding up and blending in with the sand coming in. He coming over. It's the heathens that's over there too, man. But they want to say, oh, it's all these Hispanics, man. They running the country. But that's part of being the byword and the proverb. an illegal alien. That's a byword in a proverb, man. How you gonna say you illegal and an alien of a land that was initially yours to begin with? Migrants are flocking to the U.S. from all over the globe. Arrests at the southwest border for migrants from China and India, just to name a few. They talking about from Senegal, from Africa. They coming from all over the place, but they love to just harp on the Northern Kingdom and say they're the big problem. So when they get over here, all the little redneck Edomites is ready to shoot them up and kill them every time they see them, and got every little stereotype locked into their head. Trump did a good job. They coming from these whole countries, and they're coming over here raping, murdering, and everything else. So as soon as that's in their head, oh, there they go, the illegals and the gooks and the East Indians. They slide up in here with no problems. This I mentioned earlier. Pharmacy staff, CVS, Walgreens, they had a 3-day walkout earlier in the week. But it just going to show you, man, people's getting fed up. When you got CVS and Walgreens walking out, the pharmacies, they've been drumming this up and they call it Pharmageddon. Everything is last day related now. Imagine, if they go and shut down. I know they have. The CVS's in my neighborhood, they shut them all down. They closed down the two in my neighborhood. They closed them down. The only pharmacy is a Walgreens.
And the ones that they
I
have
know
closed
about
down, half the stuff that they used to sell, they don't even sell it.
They don't even
anymore.
sell them anymore. Yeah. So they talking about the pharmacist, man. So imagine you get in there and you can't get your quote unquote meds that you need. Your pharmacy's locked down. You just had a root canal. You just got your teeth pulled out. Who knows? You need to go get some Tylenol 8 or whatever the hell. And they say, oh, we can't get it out. Pharmacy's out. You're gonna be jacked up at home, like, God dang, when they gonna open up? Where can I get my prescription? Or somebody on heart meds, or somebody, asthma, whatever you need on the daily or whatever. They shut down that. That's why when Jake's go out here, man, they get to rioting and tearing up pharmacies and stuff. You jacking up a lot. Grandma may not get her prescription. You tearing up all this stuff, man. People are still relying on a lot of these medicines, man. So if the medicine goes down, you really gonna see a lot of problems going on in the earth. California residents to pay the price for Newsom's $20 fast food minimum wage. McDonald's and Chipotle confirmed they will hike up menu costs in Golden State to offset the governor's new labor bill. I don't know what's going. I haven't ate McDonald's in. It's been over a decade for sure, but I still see people lined up at McDonald's like they selling crack out of it. I'm saying, what are they buying over there? How the hell? We're gonna see if this calms down some people, man. Because there's an article I read earlier, man. I might have it on here, but they charge $18 for a Big Mac in I think Connecticut. There's one city in Connecticut. $18. Now I don't know what a Big Mac or the combo and all that costs now. I know I looked at a chart that said in early 2000s it was like $2.99, $3.99 or something like that. Now it's up to like $13.99 or something like that. So over the last like 10 years or plus, it done went up like $10. And they said it's even going up more. People are working in the fast food, man. Salute to them, man. Get your money, $20. But McDonald's and Chipotle, they're gonna be shutting down because who's gonna pay for this outrageous stuff? People working. Yeah, I'm getting $20 an hour, but guess what? They shutting you down the part-time hours because they don't want to be paying somebody full-time at $20 an hour. So you're gonna get less hours, no benefits, and people gonna stop coming because the damn food costs too much. I haven't ate at Chipotle in I don't know how long. It's been some years since I had Chipotle as well, but I know if this stuff is out of control as it is, and they're getting ready to raise them up here, good luck. All the glitters ain't gold, man. You might get $20 an hour, but you might be getting less hours, or you might be getting certain places shut down because there ain't gonna be enough business, man. People can't afford this stuff. 18, yeah, there was $18 big. Let me see. That was the last slide, but before we close out, let me see if I can find that one. $18 Big Macs.
$18 for McDonald's hamburger. That is crazy.
I mean, who the hell is gonna pay that for it? McDonald's? Crazy as hell. Yeah, it's in Connecticut. One Connecticut restaurant charged $18 for a Big Mac combo. Oh, so it's a combo. So you get them fries that never go old. And the watered down Coke, you know, to go along with it. But you know, they said it in Times Square it cost $13.69.
Must be like an addiction.
Yeah,
everybody going there.
Yeah.
You know, when you become addicted to something, I gotta have whatever.
Look at it and out.
The guy they called the guy that did Supersize, he said they put sugar in everything. So it gives you like that sweet tooth. It makes you crave it. That's why when you roll by and you smell it, you like, you know, that's like chocolate or something, you know what I'm saying? So they know what they're doing. They implement these little, they put it in everything. I think they said except for obviously they salad and but I think it's still sugar in the salad dressing, I think, but something else. But they know what they're doing, man.
Well, they must put narcotic in and out. You can't pass one of those without seeing the line.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Over 1 billion sold, isn't that what they say? So they out there, man. So you know, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High while you're outside, man. We're gonna close out with that, man. Hopefully everybody got some edification, man. To watch the brothers tuning in. All right. Anybody I missed that came on in on the late freight, man. Shalom to y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Shabbat if you're still on that time zone. If not, I pray that you guys had a blessed Shabbat. You know, but outside of that, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Shalom.
That's when we at the airport, $6 for a bottle.